Hello, everybody. Enjoying you all this morning. Hello, Stephen. Third pound, maybe a quarter pounder. Take any kind of burger. Hello, stock jockey. Karen said that coffee looks the way my mom drank her coffee as kids would ask her if she wanted coffee with a cream. That's my joke when people drink coffee that way as well. Some people do like a splash of coffee in their cream. They should probably just have a cup of milk. I'm a purist, strong, black, bitter. I'm down. Hello, all you Frank. Hello, Jocelyn, Beta Troll, Wapties, Jamie, Amputee, Vicky. Good morning, Wayne, Roger. They are crashing hard. They're adjusting. Totally expected. Totally expected. Creating some great buying opportunities. Hello, Dorte in Copenhagen, Denmark. Elizabeth laughed at the cover picture. I'm glad somebody else found it funny. It was the perfect meme. Somebody sent it to me this morning, and I could not resist sharing it. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, Shelly. Hello, Cat B. Landshark, Kimmy, Karen. Mr. Fausto, Katie S. What's the coffee company online where you suggested we buy from? Matt Liano's. I'm going to see if I have that link. I don't know if I lost it with the, I think I lost it with the system swap over. I'll work on getting that for you. Liano's coffee, though. I'll dig. I'll share it tomorrow. Hello, Copenhagen, Sven. Let's see. Happy first birthday to grandson Archer, President Trump. Birthday as well. Scat Pack's birthday. Hello, Wayne. Hello, K Kitty. Hello, Myrtle Mayhem. I still believe the currency revaluation is happening this year. Yes, somebody just asked that question. I don't know. Think I can get away with singing happy birthday to Donald Trump without being in trouble today? Bobby, I like your style since I've got a Keurig coffee pot in my truck. I like your style. Hello, Karen Puma. Happy Flag Day. Hello, Jocelyn. Hello, Captain D. Mountain Mama. Rick, right? Looks like a milkshake. Doesn't even look like coffee. George, I think we've all tried it. A little bit of guilty pleasure there. Started to try instant coffee for the first time in my life. I'm surprised how much I like it. Remember those? What was the international coffees? Hello, Grand KC. Hello, Yorkshire. How are things in the Bahamas? Bigly, huge. Old Glory. Oscar. Sue. See, another happy Flag Day for all those men and women. Boom, boom, boom. Voslin, year end, Ron 107. Yeah, I'm on YouTube now. Just not on my regular channel. Mr. Nude. There it is. Kukla to the rescue. Kukla's here. You're supposed to be working, but thank you to the rescue there. CafeLiano.online. Caesar over there just phenomenal. World-class coffee. Hello, Teak. How is everybody this morning before we dive into any news? Give everybody a little bit longer this morning to find us with all the lovely changes. Guys, I like history. I've studied a lot of history. I consider myself pretty much a history buff. I know people out there that are much more knowledgeable than I, but I do. I'm fascinated by history. I study it because there's much to be learned from it. And I've yet to find an example where the people censoring are on the right side of history. Every time you see a organization, a government, a group that pushes for censorship, they're always on the wrong side of history. Hey, and it's been my side on occasion too, so I know. Doug, good morning. Tin Hat Friday's my birthday. That would be the bestest of birthday gifts. That is for certain. Hello, Moravian Falls. Let's see. Jen said, hey, from Ontario, Canada, 11-year-old autistic boy went missing Sunday afternoon. They found his body in the river. Pray for his family. His name was Draven. That is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking news. But we do have some of the best prayer warriors anywhere. Paul V, good to see you. String Gene, I welcome all BS. Bring any of it. We'll sit and talk about it. Lights, camera, propaganda. I think that's what they do when they do the little, whatever you call those take one film things when they start filming at the news over at CNN and NBC and the White House. They go lights, camera, propaganda instead of action. Sven, if we don't know history, we learn nothing. Amen, Sven. Amen. Pickles, I'm glad you found it. And what color is your coffee? Michael, good to see you. How's you? Grand Rapids, Michigan, checking in there. Gerard. I'm with you, a work in progress. Censoring is a red flag that they're corrupt. Rex, I don't know. I think Nader's super, but I think he's going to miss it on this one. And I'm more worried about him being right than I am about him being wrong. That's what I was looking for. Milo's mom, U.S. Army birthday today as well. Born June 14th, 1775. Happy birthday, Army. I know you're not a Marine, but you're still good folk. Hot in Alabama. Ricochet, good to see ya. Let's see. Bowler said, I'm with you. When I was growing up as a boy living in my parents' house, every time they censored me, I knew they were on the wrong side. WKW, yes, we are indeed. We are seeing the the flattest dead cat bounce in world history, I think, at this point. It's fluctuating between 5 points up, 80 points up, back down to 10 points up. The market is trying desperately to bounce, but just doesn't have it. It's trying. Now, this I have not seen. Penny, did you see the Yellowstone Bridge fall in the river, flooding roads, scary stuff? No, I do know that the region needs the rain. I know California, Phoenix, all that, everything Southwest needs the rain. So I'm praying for rain without destruction. It always concerns me a little when they've been dry because they're so prone to mudslides. They don't have the ground cover we have here in the East that holds it all together. Rolling through. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Hear them doggies calling. Rawhide. Hiroshi just wants the nothing burger so he can get on with his day. Renee, I love that. Was late coming in, but I see Mark got put in YouTube jail again. Super glad there's a backup. Yeah, we should probably work on a third because I'm having a tough time holding my tongue. Lynn, no, it's not a dumb question, Lynn, and we are really bad about that in this community. We've got terminology we've used forever, and we just assume everybody knows it. A Black Swan event just means they're looking for an event to trigger things. Black Swan events are usually engineered events, or sometimes they just use a natural catastrophe of some sort, like a market crash, a bombing, a event like that to stir up public opinion to go in a direction they want. So they're looking for that Black Swan, that apocalyptic event to take advantage and trigger this. Hopefully that was a good description for you. All right, let's get into the nothing burgers. Oh, wait, I don't even need that one, do I? That's bad enough. We can talk about Deutsche Bank. Your news. Pretty mild. I do have bond folks that are sitting at the edge of their seats today, moving at the beginning of the banking day. They are hearing that they're going to trigger the release of those liquid funds for everybody at the same time, somewhere around noonish today. Praying they're accurate. Perhaps they're waiting for the West Coast banks, and that is the time that they're looking for. I don't know. Still waiting. I can tell you that I don't have anybody that has received that liquidity yet that can spend their money, but they still believe at this point, they are very upbeat that that is going to occur today. We're going to be watching it. I'm not going to hold my breath too hard on it. I do feel we are close, but I'm not going to lose any sleep on it because Mr. C has not been paid yet. As of this morning, first thing. What do you guys think? Michael says, nuke scare. What do you think the Black Swan event will be? I'm going to try to catch up with you all. Jules Bells, I'm with you, says, okay, so now noon. I'm tired of the can kicking too. I'm getting a little sarcastic. I know we're close, but it is driving me nuts. Rex, I've not heard this. J6 committee hearings for tomorrow are canceled. What's happening? My guess is last night's numbers were even more dismal than Friday's, and they realized with the runaway inflation, the crashing market, the insecure borders, the food shortages, that it just isn't playing the way they want. That's going to be my guess. Booger thinks it'll be they arrest Obama. What do you think about the red flag laws? Sure is going to be a convenient way for them to, let's say I post something pro-patriot, nothing hateful, nothing whatever. That is hate speech to those in charge now. If I say something like all votes matter, Constitution matters, something like that, is that going to be enough of a red flag to suddenly come in and infringe on a perfectly normal, healthy person? Can you imagine if the British monarchy would have had red flag laws for Americans to hold guns? We wouldn't be a country, right? We would still be a fiefdom. Triple Daughter, the Black Swan is 20K and lower. The stock market imploding to that level. ET returning. Robert, there wasn't a whole lot of news. Pros, cons. I think it's a good thing there wasn't a tremendous amount of news. There's a whole lot of news going on in the real world we will touch on. SCOTUS overturning. Ooh, I can't say that out loud. The release of bonds is for bond holders, not for us, unless you're a bond holder that has aggregated your bonds. But it is a clear sign because they have to close out the old books, and those are historic bonds. They have to close them out before they go to us. So that gives us a clear indication that we are imminent. And then it is just running. Hey, Hannah, I just saw you go past. Good to see you. I'm glad you made it this morning. Deep State. Hey, bullet prices have forced me to post a sign at the house. Due to ammo costs, there will be no warning shots. I love that one. Can't afford to give you a warning now. No Sheila or Bob Lock news, but I will, Diamond. I will reach out to them. Try to see if we can get Bob in here maybe on Thursday. I'm going to actually hit Sheila right now because I am assuming based on the news and the financial news I was getting yesterday that she may well have something pretty solid for us. All right, that is sent. Yeah, 3 C's. I don't think Trump's getting arrested. Gerald, it's good to see you, brother. You're welcome, Diamond. Steve believes that the Black Swan events already happened. It was Russia going into Ukraine. We're also seeing Central and South American countries signing deals with Russia for cleanups, including we now finding out over the last few days that we have similar biolabs in Nicaragua that we had in Ukraine. So that is really interesting watching this play out. I'm stocked up on food, gold, silver, copper, cannabis, medical, ready to roll. Steven, you're another one of those that I like your style. Be prepared. Then you don't have to be afraid. Fear is only for the unprepared. Buddy, why hasn't anyone else ever said one word about Mr. Actually, many people have talked about Mr. C's involvement over the years, especially the older gurus that were at the beginning of this thing. They have talked about it a lot in the past. Trying to think of somebody that hasn't talked about Mr. C. I think the only person out there that doesn't think he has anything to do with it, well, the only two are Renfro and I don't know. They may think. I mean, I don't know what they think. I'm guessing based on my history of some of the boards, are them and Fleming. Pretty much everybody else is in unanimous agreement that he is key player in the triggering of the event. I'm with you. The U.S. federal government cannot impose rate. Oh, they can try. But it's still, I've already seen the laws on who can and can't have arms. It was pretty well covered in the Second Amendment when they said they shall not infringe. Pretty certain I've already read the law on that. I shouldn't even joke about that. I am absolutely certain that I've already read the law on that one. Matt, this is the tough one. This is where I need to spend more podcasts. What about those of us that don't have finances to prepare? That is where I really need to spend more time on how to prepare on an extreme budget. Derek, that's exactly what we need. The new common sense party. This whole Republican Democrat thing's gone to shit. Yeah, I know. I cursed. I'm kind of salty over getting censored. Because we can see based on what's going on in D.C., we can see based on Kevin McCarthy's statements, we can see based on Mitch McConnell's, we can see based on Lindsey Graham's, we can see based on, let's pick another one, just pick another rhino, pick another would-be patriot that only, like Abbott, that rolls that way whenever the political winds roll that way, rolls the other way whenever it rolls that way, just looking for a pat by their friendly Democrats to feel like they still have a heart. It's just nuts. That's it. Land chart, I think it was Nicaragua. Greater awareness, exactly. It's been supported in the past. It's going to be interesting to see what SCOTUS has to say on this subject over the next couple of weeks. Grandma Beth, they passed that a long time ago that the banks can keep your money if they fail. It's called a bail-in. I personally don't think you need to be too worried. Same time, I've made preparations just in case the banks grab my money. Now, this would make sense. Black Swan can be several catastrophes happening at once, because that's, in a nutshell, what we have. Do you guys realize, though, this was so neat. Monkeypox decided to take Pride Month off. It was about to swallow and ruin the entire world. It was about to shut down the entire world. They were talking about even masks, even though it doesn't spread that way. Of course, CDC backs off of it, like June 1st? But it did. It took a break just for Pride Month. That was the kindest epidemic or pandemic in the history of the world. Just said, it's Pride Month. I got to take the month off. I'll see you again in July. Jubilant, that was my point. We already have several catastrophes happening at once. Desmond, it's pretty easy to do a project, so I'm not worried. Desmond has asked the question, hi, Mark. I am hearing that if you do not have a project, that Zim is not redeemable. What do you think? None of my sources agree with that. But hey, let's just run with it. If it is, it only takes minutes to draw up a paragraph, 5, 6 sentences, 3 sentences even, on what you would like to do if you had extra dollars. In other words, if you've got Zim, you're going to turn it in. What would you do to help humanity? Say I would give a portion of it to primary education, to private elementary schools, to non-kill shelters for pets. I would give it to developing safer water in third world countries. I mean, literally, whatever interests you, just put it in there. In a farming fund to help give low interest rates to farmers, something along those. Just take the time to write 3 or 4 sentences. We've done that in the past, and if you guys want to do another one, I will make it a point to focus on that tomorrow during the morning podcast. We will write up just another couple of quick humanitarian project ideas. Take the 4 or 5 sentences, what you would need to take with you, and boom, it's pretty simple. Be glad to do that if you guys want to. Yeah, help St. Jude's, put money towards alternative healing centers. Debbie thinks the emergency broadcast system should be the Black Swan event. I think a Black Swan event will kick off the EBS, but yeah, I'm definitely looking for the EBS. Lobster wallet safe. I don't see any reason why not. A lot of people have tried to take advantage of it. I think it's safe. Minimax says, yes, please. All right, you got it. Uh-oh, Diamond. I'm glad you're paying attention, brother. The dead cat is starting to bounce low. The dead cat is bouncing low. Oh, I like that even better. Somebody said that on the farmers, not even loans, buy them. Oh, Nancy, that is great. The hubby and your president. You're not like an extra wife to Donald, are you? Just kidding. But that is great. Gets to share the birthday. I like Sweet and Low's take on this. St. Jude's patients are going to be in med beds. Yes. Winter up. We need that. All right. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to not focus on much news and keep running with humanitarian stuff. Britt plans on donating. What's up, Britt? To donating to St. Jude's. Hey, St. Jude's is going to need better facilities to be able to, and renovations in their facilities to be able to bring in medbed technologies to heal the people and get them back out the door. Deborah, I will absolutely sing for DJT. Be glad to. I want to help my kids making parts for farm trucks, for Trinity Trailers, and help Children's Home in Idaho. Global med beds for St. Jude's. I like that too. I kind of like this take on it there, Bernard. I do. I'll be glad to do that one tomorrow. There's where I finally found it. I've been going back and trying to find that one. Not loans to farmers, just buy tractors, equipment, updated technology. Oh, happy day. Oh, geez. Let's see. Michelle says, please sing happy birthday to my mom, Sherry. She watches Happy Birthday, Sherry. We also have Gary's big 80th birthday tomorrow, too. U.S. Army. Grief counseling. Let's see. Our whole area has a freeze warning. Everything that was finally planted around here is gone. Crater Lake, Klamath Falls, Chilocquin, Oregon. Carla, it's scary. Cover what you can. Try to save as much as you can. That is getting scary. David says, how much would I get for 25K of Dinar after the RV? Depends on what the RV rate for is. It's expected to be at least an RI, which would put it in the low to mid $3 range. That is pretty much the accepted low, other than a possible near, which would be $1.60. So we can do the math on that one. If it were the $3 range, just to make the math easy, 3 times 25, that'd be $75,000. If it were to go for the near rate of $1.60, just do 25,000 times 1.6. We're hoping for a lot more than that. We're hearing a lot more than that, but I am just throwing you the math on the very conservative side. Jamie, are we allowed to do a project to give our school district? Oh, absolutely. I highly suggest you keep your projects local. Now, MS, that's funny. That is funny. S-Nerd, you're not banned. We see you. Skeffler's been banned a million times. You just makes a different twist, makes a new account, comes back and back and back and back. I'm just busy getting free rent in Skeffler's mind. Skeffler's being a Jeff. Nothing against the rest of you people named Jeff, but that's like the Karen of and I like the name Karen, so. You're a project to get rid of politicians. Yeah, we'll pay them a bonus if they only stay one term. Midnight Rider, a lot of us are in that. Would take a 1-to-1 trade for currencies just to be done and get to move on with life. Skeffler's a Karen now. I feel bad for everybody named Karen. Hugh, no, I'm not in charge of banning listeners. Usually they get themselves banned. I don't have to do anything. They will say things that tick off the algorithms and they will be removed. Certainly some of them I've removed. And then they just go in, they change one letter, they capitalize one, lowercase one, and come back. You have to ask yourself, though, what do they gain by the continuing case coming back and back, taking the time out? I mean, there's seriously some mental issues going on there that they're going to go to that kind of effort. Or they're paid for it and that's their job, so they get paid to do it. Nothing else makes any sense. Either they have some serious anger issues to work through and really need some counseling, or they are paid to be there. That's the only two that make sense. But it does make it fun. Nope, I did fall for a hot creamer. Hello, Zarin. How did it work out? Did you end up like back on the market? Let's see. Mark, for my humanitarian project, I'm going to make tractor trailer trucks with med beds on the bottom so they can fix potholes on the road. I'm going to send you to Puerto Rico. They really need you. That and, of course, also needs throughout Pennsylvania. Boy, growing up, you get lost in the potholes up there. And just gave us an update saying the Dow's now down 65. Yeah, okay. So it's trailing that direction. They were really hopeful that they were going to get any kind of end in positive territory. But if you look at the indices from around the world, Australia, Asia, everybody else took it on the chin. Boy, yesterday in Australia, so what did you guys see? Like 119 billion in losses. Just obscene. You're still not doing as piss poorly as the American stock market, but it was still a tough one on the chin. Jeff C. said, my wife and I want to do a dog rescue that is full service and call it No Dog Left Behind. Politicians go to the regular shelter to be put down. We don't want those dogs. Bobby, yes, they still have a lot of, but that is, Bobby, believe it or not, that is more of a cultural and geographic reason. They do a lot of bars and stuff like that on windows because glass, when a storm had come through, glass wasn't made on the island, so it was expensive. So a lot of the windows there are either like a rollout metal, or they are just bars on it, so the air can go through it. It's less humid there. It's Puerto Ricans. They'll dive in. Guys over here in the chat, because we do have a lot of folks from Puerto Rico that watch, and it's true all around that region. It's just comfortable to have the cool breezes blowing through the house. Maybe some neighborhoods it's about security, but usually not anymore. It actually has a lower crime rate than 99% of America. Gets a bad rap that it doesn't deserve. And it's far safer. What was it? 31 people killed over the weekend with gun violence in Chicago. It was something obscene, like one of their roughest weekends yet. But you know what still killed more people than guns? Medical malpractice. It is still, doctors are still far more deadly than guns. It's crazy. Tennessee Bee Lady had to help me clean out the AC unit, especially with this heat rolling through. Rocky's Diva bars on windows for bears. See, you get it. I'm going to have to put bars on my windows to keep the politicians out. A great one, actually, Ronald. Reclamation project, desalination plant. Some of the neatest technology I've seen on that front, Ronald, where they had repurposed. I shouldn't say repurposed because they were still using it. I'm trying to remember where in the world it was. But the steam generated from nuclear power, they were using it for both for nuclear power and the heat coming off of it. Totally not it's not radioactive or any of that, but they were using the same steaming process that they were using to drive the turbines to create distilled water. So it was a combination, nuclear power plant and desalination plant. And that certainly makes sense to me. Bonnie, good luck with that one. Stay hydrated. See, I'm with you. I like the name Karen too. It's my mom's name, my aunt's name. Some of the best women I've ever met in the entire world are Karens. See, she's a hero, saved her family. That's Karen. We got to come up with some kind of name for him, though. Zarin, have you seen the oil expose from 424 about how oil is renewable, infinite amount of energy? Yes. Do I think that you could still outuse it before it could rebuild? I do. That's my take on it. We need better, smarter, cleaner energy that's easier to get to just because it reduced costs. It is definitely not electric at this point, though. Not the way we produce it and store it. That is for certain. We are technologically screwing ourselves. Any world news tonight? Lisa, let's dive into it. David, thank you. War Turtle, thank you. Because we do. We got a good bit of news, and then we got Dr. Rich and Stacy sitting in the wings. Deutsche Bank. Investors can sue in the U.S. over Epstein and Russian oligarch ties. I think this one is huge. They have laid the groundwork to hold Deutsche Bank responsible for the money laundering it has done. Of course, it is just going to push Deutsche Bank over the edge even further as they lose these cases. Already on shaky ground. Could be a good thing for us. Force that crash that gets us a reset. But I thought that one was a big story to share. Biden's trip to Jerusalem and Riyadh. What's he trying to achieve? He's going to Jerusalem first. He's trying to not repeat Obama's snubbing of Israel. And other than that, he's hoping that he can get anybody in Saudi Arabia to sit down with him, even though he has snubbed them repeatedly, including the reigning prince in Saudi Arabia now. He's hoping he can repair that relationship somehow, miraculously, any way he can. I don't think he's ever going to repair that one because he really One of his unthinking moments. Yeah, screwed that one up. We've talked about that one in the past. What can I say and not say? What gets me in trouble? Suspension and removal of China's Evergrande Group. Due to the suspension of trading of China's Evergrande, the following treatment will be applied to the following indices. They will be removed from the index at price point 0. That one's a big one. It shows us where we're at, east to west. Remember, we shared stories last week of ongoing bank runs in China. They will spread. Don't worry. If history is any kind of indicator, hopefully that'll pop. Stock bonds punch drunk after rout. Watch interest rate signals. They're calling for, most experts are looking at a 75 basis points, 0.75%, for them to announce that tomorrow. The meetings start later today in the Fed. They're hoping the scare of it's enough. Anything other than that will either make the market bounce a little or make it crash more if it comes in at more than 0.75. We know based on historic economic modeling, it needs to be more like 7 or 8%. So I think they probably will stick with that 0.75 because the market is pretty much pricing it in. Fed's got to, they put themselves in a corner. They got two choices. They've either got to put us in a recession or they have to let us have hyperinflation. Either way, it's a crash. Having watched them in the past based on their penchant to do nothing, my guess is we'll see a 75-point rise. Investing in silver on the stock market, a good idea, David. Me personally, I'm a hold it, taste it, touch it, physical silver kind of guy. I would be very, very wary. Talk to your stock market professional. I'm not a professional, nor am I licensed. Had a good run. It probably better historically than they have, but that doesn't make it all better. Mining stocks, silver stocks, energy stocks all seem to love bear markets. And we know that we're going into a recession and a bear market. Me, I just like to have the physical silver. Of course, that also creates other issues. How do you store it safely? Child of light, silver. Historically, silver is probably the best buy it has been in mankind's history since we first climbed out of the primordial mud. I don't look at it that way since, God threw us out of the Garden of Eden. But it is. Like, historically, this is one of the best times in history. You look at the suppressed price, you look at what it should be, and it is, the fundamentals for having silver are just amazing. Amazing. Make crime illegal. Nuts. Stop with that. All you common sense people. U.S. already descending into recession, according to an economist. As credit gets tighter, a lot of dream ventures will prove to be unfeasible and fail. They're already talking about it. Institute. I thought it was a good piece to read, mostly because it points out that the wealthy have not taken this seriously, but now they are suddenly taking it seriously. And they had pitted themselves against the working class, meaning they had, belittled the truck drivers, the service providers, and all of those. And now they have basically screwed themselves. I thought it was a neat read. Worth the time. It was a quick read. I don't think it took me more than 3 minutes or so. This one I really want to cover, but I can't, or at least I am afraid to cover it after yesterday's banning on YouTube. I don't want the backup channel to be gone. So I'm going to behave. The prisoner who was denied cancer treatment now in dire straits. What a lawsuit that's going to be and should be. Ohio governor signs bill allowing teachers to be armed. I wanted to get you all's thoughts on it over in the chat. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Me personally, if they have the training, former military, I am all about it. I know I would feel safer if I knew there were trained marksmen protecting my children. Mine are older, so I don't have skin in the game. I have memory of the skin in the game. This one was an interesting too, and I know it's going to create strong emotion from many. Mexican president calls for American superstate open borders. He doesn't mean do it all right now. He is saying that over time, the idea would be to move to a European Union type setup, not necessarily separate currencies, but where trade and things were more even from the bottom of South America to the top of North America. And I agree with him on that one. It's going to be, how do you execute it without sucking all the wealth out of the U.S. and spreading it somewhere else? How do you lift all ships? Rising tide lifts all ships, and I absolutely think it can be done. I did take some offense at some of his statements, though, because I disagree with him on some of them. He talks about his great relationship with Biden, but then again, he snubbed Biden last week, so I'm not certain about that one. But this is where I take the offense. Of course, the most inhumane, anti-immigrant, authoritarian politicians are the Republicans. There are also those in Democratic Party, too. He is so wrong. You are so wrong on that one. They're not anti-immigration. They're anti-illegal immigration. They want it to be legal. They want it to be thoughtful. You look at, Biden only gets a 24% approval rating from the Hispanic market. I think he missed this one because, well, he lives somewhere else. He just looks at the outcry over the number of illegal aliens that are going back and forth. So I think he missed it on that one. But I agree with him. We need much better cooperation all through the Americas. We don't need to be buying our oil from the Middle East when we can be buying it from South America or Central America or even from the U.S. itself. It creates regional stability. If we were buying our oil, if we had a regime that cared about people in Venezuela, we buy oil there. They've got more money. They don't need to rush to the United States to take employment because they're making plenty of money at home. It just makes sense in the macro world to develop better relationships throughout the Americas. Stock stage feeble attempt at dead cat bounce after losing 1.3 trillion in one day. The longest read of the morning for me was this article. That they were able to put together that much information tells me that they have been working on this article for quite a while in anticipation of what happened yesterday. They go into exactly where we are at economically around the world. They put it out, individual stocks. I'm talking like, holy smokes. And that is what we saw. We saw a feeble attempt at a dead cat bounce. Really good one if you want to know where we're really at in the economy right now. 25% of central banks to boost gold holdings amid global uncertainty. We knew that was going. They always go to gold. This is history playing out. You know that it is coming. You know what's happening. It is history. Canada, finally, right, to end new mandate. Well, anyways, what am I allowed to say? They're going to end the lollipop mandate for domestic travel, including leaving the country. So you Canadians that have been trapped in the country, it looks like you're going to be able to escape. My suggestion is don't go back until Justin is gone. All right, that's it. Now I can hang out with you all. Carol thinks the Black Fat event is the legal reversal of R. V. Wade, or that word that I am not allowed to say without getting in trouble, by SCOTUS or a state one, maybe two, announcing the removal of those. I think that's probably pretty insightful. Yes, I have seen the Saudi Arabian skits, funny stuff, the news. They literally think that our current administration is a joke. I've seen a number of them, man. It's not even just one. They ridicule them nightly on news. I like this one. You were speaking of politicians. Do you know the difference between a catfish and a politician? One's a scum-feeding bottom dweller. The other's a fish. Rancher. It is expected to revalue up in value. Should have considerably more purchasing power. But it won't look that way to us in the domestic market because it'll just be a one. Still, it will just have more purchasing power than it had. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, guys, I'm ready for Dr. Rich and Stacy Z. We're going to wait to see Dr. Rich's face come back. I see a Stacy's. I'm going to bring Stacy in first until we see Dr. Rich's face. But she even turned her mic off.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you?
I might be becoming a professional.
You're getting good at this.
at painting your back wall.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have to. I've got a banner I need to put up. It's a beach scene that Don. He felt like I needed to be able to have it when you were on, so I can match you.
Oh,
That
okay.
I've got to put up, which will make it fun.
I can do that for you.
Oh, there we go. We got a Dr. Rich.
Good
Hey,
morning,
Mark.
Dr. Rich.
How are you?
I'm good. Feel victorious today.
What makes you feel victorious, other than you getting ready to go on like a long golf trip or something?
Well, yesterday was match play in the league, and it's normally 1-on-1, but my partner, who's in flight A, I'm progressing to that, was not there yesterday, so I had to play his guy as well. And I beat the flight A guy by 6 strokes, and I beat my opponent by 4. So it was a double victory yesterday.
Nice.
I love it. And the guy from the top flight was my very close friend from high school, and I hated beating him, but competition is competition. I didn't hate beating him. I loved it. I was ready. Stacy knew it. We had talked about it.
Oh, that is too funny.
Your game just keeps improving with your youngness age.
Well, it is improving, Stacy, and a long time ago, I had the opportunity out of high school to get my PGA card. I had backers, multimillionaire guys, and it was during the Vietnam War, and my mother worried that I would get drafted and this, that, and the other. And so I didn't go, but I know I could have. I could have, but oh well, my second choice was to be an elementary school teacher and a principal, and I did that. So God's good.
Nice. Well, Dr. Rich, I just popped in very quickly to say hi to everybody. My sister and her daughter and her boyfriend are all coming to visit a day earlier than expected. So I still have a couple of things to do. But if anybody needs help, text me and I will figure out how to help you. And if not, Dr. Rich will help you.
I'll do my best because next week I'm not in at all. Monday
Exactly.
through Friday next week, I am out of commission. Woohoo! I mean, I don't know that that's good, but it is all golf related and
Yep.
out of state, and then going to the West Virginia Open at Stonewall Jackson to see my friend John Ross participate. So looking forward to next week. But the heat tomorrow here, it's rain, it's thunderstorming now, and tomorrow 97.
Oh, it was crazy here. We woke up to the craziest storm. Somehow or another, I think our development might have like a little problem. We've been hit by lightning 3 times on the property, once the house. Well, our neighbors down the street got hit today too. So we've had fire trucks in and out all day. Yay. It's just been crazy weather.
Yep, it has been, but we'll deal with it the best we can.
Yes.
Thank you for the link, by the way, on blood clots. May be the root cause of all heart disease. You'll want to go to, if you're not a member, folks, to Health Topics, Dr. Rich and Tippy, and see that post that Stacy provided. And I found one, Stacy, that you and I think everybody will be interested in. Increase your life, how to increase, why it's important. Let's go back again. It is important to do the best you can to increase your lifespan. And there are things that one can do that are just part of life, and being responsible to do that. I think you'll find this to be an interesting article, folks. One of which is that it's most important to lose weight and get to your normal weight. And of course, we're doing that by eating right for your blood type, and it's working. And then I reposted the Tri-Synergy Explained by Dr. Neil Goodman and Dr. Brian Dixon. The response from last week about NAD was so overwhelming. Oh my God. It
There's
was
a
just,
lot of info.
oh my goodness, it was incredible. And Stacy, some people are saying, okay, you know, I have high blood pressure, but NAD is so important. They've done their homework, and without us even knowing, I guess we pointed them in the right direction. And some people are saying to me, well, I'm taking one capsule of NAD every other day. One person said, I'm taking a capsule of NAD every third day. It's that important. And is that a good thing? Yes, it is, versus not taking it at all, because I put a fourth video in there, link, that is sirtuins at the service of healthy longevity. How important the production of sirtuins is to your general health and living a long time. Those centurions that live to 100 or more, their sirtuin activity doesn't start dropping off at age 20, and by the age 40 it's 60% decrease. So sirtuins are very, very, very important. So with all of that, Stacy, you're going to end up in here a long time. If you want to stay in, fine.
I'm just going to let
Mark,
you do all the talking. But hey, did you see Cheryl, how good she's doing? She's one of our superstars.
did I see, was that question directed to me?
Yeah, I said, did you see how well Cheryl's doing? She's doing the heart stack and she's able to jog and walk and everything again. Whoop, whoop.
Well, yeah, Stacy, I tell you, that leads me into something. I was just getting ready to post another link, and I'll do it after I'm finished, on the 341 diseases that are caused by specific nutritional deficiencies. And oh my God, this was so interesting. And then I heard Mark say, I need to see Dr. Rich's face. So I thought, oh, I'll do this later. But, you know, I mean, let's just do two. Beriberi is caused by a B1 deficiency. If you have beriberi, it's rare, but it used to be something that was prevalent. It's a B1 deficiency. If you take B1, the symptoms of the disease disappear. And then scurvy, used to be a really huge problem, and that's caused by a vitamin C deficiency. If you take vitamin C, the scurvy goes away. There was a whole, I mean, oh my God, it was incredible. The problems that people go to a medical person for and get diagnosed, and they go on medications, drugs. Well, you know, I don't know of any disease that's caused by a lack of um, hydrocortisone. Or I don't know of any disease that's caused by a lack of thyroid medication. Um, I, I, wow. I just helped somebody recently that was in dire straits, and Stacy and Mark, the Tri-Synergy Pack, was so instrumental in this person getting back on their feet from having a prognosis that was terminal, and the change was incredible. And then those who were in charge put this person on, thought it was because the book said so. Why did they do it? Just because. And that's what the book said to do, whatever the book is that they were referring to. And this particular person, all of a sudden, who never in his whole life, even through his illness, had a problem with blood clots. And your article is significant here, but all of a sudden, after 3 days on this medication, this person developed a blood clot and a stroke, and they didn't make it. After we got them up on their feet, walking around, eating, increased energy again, and just said, I'm going to make it. And then a chemical is not useful to the cells. There's not a deficiency in any chemical prescription item. Yeah, they help with some symptoms, but my God, folks, oh well. We're going to go in a different direction. It's important to eat right. There are requirements, nutritional requirements to ourselves. And if we eat a good, healthy diet, most of those nutritional deficiencies are satisfied. If not, then we can take something temporarily to overcome that. But it is important to hydrate and eat correctly for sure. Oh my goodness gracious. And Stacy, I don't know, that link that you provided by Dr. Goodman and Dr. Dixon on the Tri-Synergizer explained is really, really, really good. And let's dive into NAD just a little bit more, just a little bit. Some information that's important relative to sirtuin production. It's not about NAD. It has nothing to do with NAD. NAD, I mean, if you take it as a prophylactic item, it's going to raise your sirtuins. If you take a NAD supplement, for example, 3%. That's insignificant. And some people try to increase their sirtuins by starving themselves and withdrawing food for long periods of time and doing intermittent or long-term fasting. And, I'm eating more than I ever have in my life, but eating according to my blood type. And I'm continually losing weight and pound here and there and feel better than I have in a long, long time. So, I don't know of anybody that likes to fast, and anybody that is trying to diet and lose weight and they just don't eat, and they don't like that. And then when they do eat, the weight comes back on again. But sirtuin production, and by the way, that article that I put in about increasing your lifespan, it's particularly important to people 45 and older. And at some point, we get to a place, if we're afflicted, that it's too late. The body's battery is just drawn to the point where they can't recharge it. And that's why that article on what you can do to 5 or 6 basic things that are not hard to do, but the big one is losing weight. My God, cannot act like children in here. There's zero room for. You're in this chat. Be kind. Okay, I don't know what that's all about. But at any rate, we need to keep our battery charged, and there are things we can do without taking anything. And it's an important insight for sure. But NAD, if we can recirculate the NAD that's already inherent within our cells, they just become dormant. They're still there, but they need to be awakened. And if you do that, that's where the NAD Tri-Synergizer, taking it with NRF1 and NRF2, that awakening causes NAD production to increase, or sirtuin production, to increase 100% in 24 hours. 100%. And the significance of that is the huge increase in gene expression, which is 15 to 1800%. But here's some factors that, and I want you to be particularly focus in on what I'm going to say here. One is neurodegeneration. Folks, and Stacy, you and I both know this, and from working with all these people that call in for help, brain fog and neurological issues, Alzheimer's, dementia, ADHD, autism, we can go on. People who have strokes, NAD is important, and the sirtuin production to keep it elevated is important to prevent or minimize neurodegeneration, big time. But reduction of chronic inflammation. My goodness, we have so many people who call who say, I have pain, or I have fibromyalgia, or I have arthritis, or I have degenerative this or that or whatever related to not feeling comfortable and stiff and sore and can't rebound from that. Well, chronic inflammation is minimized if your sirtuin level is kept high. Metabolic syndrome, we know that our formula with our omega plus with omega 7 in it is crucial to the protection from metabolic syndrome. And that at the top of that is the breakdown of our foods and proper utilization so that you have proper insulin resistance and your blood sugar remains normal, and diabetes is rampant in this country. So we have a double whammy there. We could also take the omega plus. Boy, the thunder is cracking out there. Woo! So if I go blank, folks, it's our generator will kick on, but it'll knock off the internet. So metabolic syndrome can be minimized or overcome by using proper diet and taking the omega plus with omega 7, which is used to treat metabolic syndrome. But if we get the sirtuin production way up there, we may not even need the omega 7, according to this report. Okay, now listen to this one. Listen to, folks, if you don't hear anything else I say today, listen to this in relation to increased sirtuin production, which our protandem NAD synergizer increases to the max with NRF1 and NRF2. DNA damage repair. Oh my goodness. Is that something we've heard about in the last multiple months or years? DNA damage repair. Sirtuins are vitally important, the granddaddy of them all. Remember, nothing works right in the body if sirtuins aren't produced at maximum levels. So we have something that is really significant. Stacy, we get calls from people who have been damaged by choices that they made, and they want to know, is there anything that they can do? And the answer to that is yes. If you don't have high blood pressure, then the Tri-Synergy pack is the way to go, because that's the way that one can get their genes to know what is functioning abnormally caused by whatever, and get those things that are functioning abnormally to function normally. But if it's DNA damage, which it's happening, the body can fix it. Not a supplement, not a medication, nothing else out there. The body can do it if the proper genetic pathways are open. Cancer incidence. Okay. Wow. That's an issue, and diet is really important for that. And I'm firmly convinced that there's a couple of people that are going down that road right now, and they have changed their diet. They're eating right according to their blood type, and they're using a nutrigenomic approach, and NAD is part of it. So we've had good success there. And then autophagy, the deep cellular cleanse. That's so important, and that's where increased sirtuin production by the use of recycling the NAD that's already in our body comes into play. I mean, we want to keep ourselves clean. I mean, it's if they're laden with chemicals and toxicity and things that shouldn't be in our cells that detract from their proper function, it's good to get that stuff out of there. And I did just before, actually it was yesterday, coming home from the match play, where somebody said that they want to talk with me today, but that the Tri-Synergy pack is causing a tremendous amount of mucus to be expelled from their body. And this person was saying, tell the audience that don't swallow that, spit it out. Don't get that back in the body. If it's being dislodged, get it out. And I agree with him. That is it. And mucus is a protein substance that is laden with infection most of the time. So it's important to get that out. So, Stacy, we have we have been on a path. And again, where else can you let me finish with this first, and then we can end up. But where else can one go to get more information about? Okay, now I'm going to try to pronounce this, Stacy, and you did it last week, and it's why I just say NAD. It's nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. That's NAD. And so it's just so much easier to say NAD or NAD. That's one I haven't memorized. But you can go to scienceandtiming.com and you can watch the first video about Protandim NRF2, the benchmark cell activator and gene expressor, increased gene expression. It's thorough. And the second video is on NRF1, which increases your mitochondria, the energy powerhouses in the body. And then the third is on NAD. It's deep. I mean, when you watch the third video at scienceandtiming.com, you will understand. I see that 15 pounds in the last 2 months using Protandim, feeling more energy.
That's
I have fibromyalgia.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I need to start watching these things that are on here when we're talking. But or what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. I totally lost my where to go. So, and then the fourth video is a summary of the benefits when you add NAD to NRF1 and NRF2 medically. The research conclusions. That's you can go there, but you can also go to Mark's site, abcgotit.com/the original Mark Z. And the top video is only 6 minutes. It's Dr. McCord, who created NRF2. And then the bottom video is Dr. Maniscalco talking about and teaching on a whiteboard. He's a vascular surgeon. There he is right there. He's from Florida. The importance of NRF1 and NRF2, getting those proteins to their designated places. And then the middle video is Dr. Dixon, and he, in 18 minutes, oh my God, he details what happens when you add Protandim NAD Synergizer to increase sirtuin activity. What happens to the value of NRF2 and NRF1? They're increased exponentially, but the gene expression increased 15 to 1800%. That means, Stacy, that these people, when they do that are starting to take this, they're functioning as a centurion, just like centurions do, and should expect, according to the research conclusions, miraculous positive things to happen. If we eat right for our type, and we drink water, and we stay away from things that harm us, like soft drinks and tobacco, cigarettes especially, really, really harmful. But we have an answer for people, and you can do it on your own, folks. You can do it on your own. It's not. It's just. I'm holding back a little bit today. I'm really upset over what happened to this person that we helped, and we do what we do, Stacy, to try to teach people how to add years to their life and life to their years, and add to their longevity. And if they're sick, try to show them how they can possibly get better. And that was happening. And then one decision, which is known this substance to cause blood clots, and we lost this person, and it bothers me. So at any rate, folks, you have the opportunity to take control of your health, and that's what we're here for. Stacy and I and Mark are not salespeople. I could care less about that. But you have somebody and people that are posting here and posting in the Telegram room and calling us back, Stacy, or emailing or texting that they're overcoming this, that, or the other. They were in really bad shape, and now they're not. that's what floats my boat. That's
Yes.
that is the, I even enjoy that more than beating two guys on the golf course. I mean, I enjoy the golf and the competition, but when it comes to life is precious, folks, and you've got the opportunity, just do a little studying. Scienceandtiming.com. There's a lot of information there. You can go to Health Topics, Dr. Rich and Tippy, and you can look at the articles that are in there. And I will post the other one. I hope I can find it again. I'm sure I can, on all of the problems that people get diagnosed with, that if you just eat certain things, they go away. And that, again, is being responsible, putting into the body what it needs, and avoiding the foods that stop your metabolism. That's important too. Dr. Diadamo's book, Eat Right for Your Type. I'm just a customer, folks, but it works. And so many people, Stacy, anybody saying to you, I've started it, or I've been doing it for years and I love it, and yep, it's really good. I've had so many.
Actually, yeah, a bunch of people. And then, just as an FYI, there's a really cool app. You pay $3.99 for it, but then it's got your whole diet right there on your phone.
Oh, wow. You're going to have to
Yeah.
let me know about that, because I mean, people are even saying they take the book with them when they go shopping.
Yeah. So
To
it's
get their
actually on
food.
Dr.
So,
It's on Dr. B's
wow.
site. Yep. And they've got it for Apple, Android.
Wow, that is incredible. Yeah, please let me know about that, because I want to know about it myself, and other people are going to want to have that information. Thank you again, Stacy.
Yep.
That's incredible. Mark, you're in the background. Anything you want to pop in and say? Because I think I'm about done here.
I just want to say bye to Kukla, and thanks for popping in and helping out today, especially with all the switch, the last minute change to the other channel, and all that good stuff. Much appreciated. No, I need to wrap up pretty soon too, Dr. Rich. I know Stacy does. I'm glad you guys could still make it, though.
It'll just be me next week.
Yeah, and Stacy, I'll be in Ohio at 9:00, and on the golf course at 9:30. So I'm not even going to get to listen at all. But I'll listen that evening. I promise. As I'm maybe sitting by the pool with the guys and talking about this good shot or that bad shot, or I should have done this or I could have done that.
Well,
that's kind of.
I'll give you a spoiler alert. We're going to talk about our new Life Vantage product that you ladies and some gentlemen are going to want to see. I'll just leave it right there.
You are privileged, a privileged individual, because I don't even know what that is. Of course.
Oh no, it's going live in 3 days, and they're giving snippets of the results on Facebook, and holy guacamole. I'll just put it to you this way. If Mark starts using it, he'll start looking younger than me.
Wait, if you're going to use it too, does that work for me?
Yeah, actually, I am going to use it too. So sorry, you don't have a chance.
All right.
Well, Stacy, I'm 72. I don't care if I look younger or not, but well, I guess I do. But
yeah, you do. Everybody does.
Yeah, I guess so.
Especially if you can do it naturally.
Yep, that's
right.
For sure. Yeah. Is there? Well, there is. That's the only way for me.
Yep.
There goes the phone. So.
Just as a little teaser, just think glow, and boy, what it's doing around the eyes is freaking amazing.
Now, I might be interested in that for sure. Absolutely. Well, yep. I want to end with this, because I even changed my phone message yesterday that I am in the office full time on Tuesdays. That's in Tippy's office day. And on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we finish up with follow-ups from Tuesday. And then Friday and Saturday, I'm in the office only by arranged consultation times. And Sunday and Monday, I'm not even turning my phone on. I'm taking those 2 days off, Tippy and I. So that's kind of the new schedule. That's the way it's going to be. And if you leave a message on those days, I will. I do check for emergencies, but otherwise, it's important to have some time off. Stacy, thank you for what you do. We both spend a tremendous amount of time on the phone pointing people in the right direction. And I know it's appreciated. I know you're appreciated, Mark. It goes without question how much you're appreciated. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing. But if a person doesn't take a little bit of time to rest up and enjoy themselves and rekindle the battery, it can be disastrous for those of us. So, Stacy, thank you for what you do. Mark, thank you. A lot of people are benefiting, and we'll just keep answering questions and teaching and pointing people in the right direction, because I really am excited about what we've kind of put together over the last couple of years. And it's not what we did; it's the science. It's all science. It's
Yep.
nothing but science.
But thank God you found it, Dr. Rich. You've helped so many people.
My buddy Steve and Renee from Florida are the ones that just suddenly kept twisting my arm, and thanks has to go to them. I've got to acknowledge them for that.
All right, guys, I need to sing a happy birthday. So thank you for joining. If you all want to hang out in the back, I'll be back in just a minute. Let me sing happy birthday to Donald. Yes, Janice, I know it's going to upset some of you guys because I'm not going to use your name. I'm going to use Donald, but I'm thinking about all of you as I do the happy birthday song. Let's do that one. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, Donald. May you live, may you love, may all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. And keep irritating them. Always beat on the trolls there, Donald. Don't give up. It's too much fun. All right, everybody, I appreciate it. All the other people having birthdays, happy birthday to all you Army folks that enjoy the Army's birthday and your Flag Day. Bye, guys. See you tonight at 7 unless there is